Come on, people, smile. It's your moment. Smile. Top CSEC candidates 2017. Enjoy the moment. CSEC graduation 2017. The top CSEC candidates. Round of applause, come on. Hard work. Be proud of you guys. You ready? 3, 2, 1. In the air, jump. Round of applause. Thank you very much. Ready? Countdown. 3, 2, 1. Drop your caps. Go. Thank you very much.
Let's congratulate you. And the grades are top CSEC candidate, 11 distinctions, grade 1s are, and you can put up the PowerPoint on operator. EDPM distinction, mathematics distinction, principles of accounts distinction, principles of business distinction, English language distinction grade 1, information technology distinction, again human and social biology distinction, English literature distinction, office administration distinction, social studies distinction grade 1, economic distinction, economics distinction. Congratulations again. And you know, there is this myth that, you know, only students of Queen's College would have gotten distinctions.
Yeah.
Over 10 subjects.
It's a myth.
And of course, that theory is, once again, has been proven incorrect. And Saif, Ali, how would you compare and contrast Apex education as against other schools in terms of our teachers, the family-like atmosphere, the setting, and the use of technology?
Well, the Academy of Apex Education is equalizer, really, where there's an equilibrium between teaching, round-the-clock teaching, and also creative, fun, and uncomparable co-curricular activities. Not to mention the quality teachers and aggressive management system we have here at Apex, success is a guarantee.
Thank you very much. A lot of words. And of course, I must ask you a next question. How is it that you're able to live a life, spend time with mom and dad, spend time with your sisters, you know, you play games, you play cricket, you play so many things, laugh, you dance a lot, you surf the internet a lot, you play online video games. How is it you do all of that, live a normal life, and what's the secret behind your success story?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the Almighty Allah for blessing me and enabling me for achieving this feat. And again, it's really difficult to balance your academics and also have a life, you know. And secondly, I'd like to thank my parents in two senses, actually. One, genetics. I'd like to thank you, Dad, and my mother as well. And also, words cannot sum up the amount of support and the big major role they played in assisting me in achieving this, in achieving my grades. And also the teachers at Apex, not to mention all the late classes, Sir Gopal, thank you.
Welcome.
They're every Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday as well, morning till night. All the late classes, all the teachers that work extra lessons with us, thank you for that. And also my colleagues, they've played a big part as well.
Competition,
yes,
competing.
The competition was there. They've always pushed me to achieve more and more.
And I guess you want to be the face of the billboard.
Yeah.
All right, well done. You know, and
Sorry.
I must say thank you very much, Sir Gopal. Again, once again, the business department, principles of business accounts. Well, it's been accounts have been supplemented, Mr. Armati Singh, and the office administration. You did well.
Thank
again,
you. Thank
100%. And I know this at this point in time, apart from Dad Shazad Ali and Mom Pratima Ali and your sister Asri and Asiya, there must have been some teachers who've made a positive impact in your life. They may not necessarily teach you at a CSEC level. Some have since migrated. Would you say thanks to those persons?
Definitely.
Full-time and part-time?
Definitely, definitely. First and foremost, Sir Gopal. Every night, as I said, business, accounts, OA, you'll start over the entire syllabus one night, brush through over and over and over until it sticks with you. And he's also had some motivational speeches with us as well.
That make you guys wept literally, right? Yeah.
Also, I'd like to thank Miss Amrita, who's been my class teacher for 4 years. She's really groomed me into the person I am today. And also Miss Michelle, who's also been my class teacher for 1 year. Not to forget Miss Priya, Miss Sabrina, Sir Ramnath, Sir Sean, Sir Chris, Miss Gracie, Miss Shivani, Miss Shanta, Miss Denise, Miss Tarmati, Sir Mohammed, Miss Shanaz, Sir Kush, Miss Angeline, the office staff, and Sir Sanish. And again, I apologize if I missed any names.
Apex is a big school.
Yeah, of course.
And I know this guy, he, as a father, this man is very disciplined. The fact that his dad is a director of Apex and his mom is the administrative director, he's very humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is one example to our viewers why over the weeks we've been saying, come to Apex, join our school. This is the living example. We change life. This is a young man here, not only in genetics, but is a guy who worked very, very hard with all our day class. And he's going to be the proud ambassador and the face of Apex.
And again, he does not miss his salah. I must thank Miss Angeline and Sir Mohammed very much because they would always pray.
Yep.
5 times a day. And even though we recently returned from a family vacation in Florida, he said, Dad, it's time for me to pray. I said, Allah would forgive you if you're traveling. He said, no, Dad, I have to make my salah. I have to make my dua. And thank you very much. And of course, you have been like an inspiration to a lot of students. During your tenure or stint at the school, you've served in the capacity as prefect. But what are some of your accomplishments at the school? Spelling bee and so forth. Tell us.
Well, I was spelling bee champion in Form 1 and 2.
And national grade 9 assessment?
Yeah, I taught for national grade 9 assessment. I also wrote CSEC in 4th form. I got 2 distinctions there as well, and also in 5th form.
Oh, you did. You
Yeah.
rewrite the subjects again. And of course, so the little boys and girls who are watching you right now across the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, and they would like to be like you, what would you say to them? Would you encourage them to be part of Team Apex? Go straight ahead.
Yes, I would like to encourage all of you youngsters to be a part of Team Apex. Apex is really the place to be. And Apex can take any student. It doesn't matter if you're a high flyer or you're struggling in the classroom.
If you have little or no literacy or numeracy knowledge,
Yes,
you
yes.
can't read and write, then, like SAIF said, Apex is an equalizer. You step into Apex education, step up to the pinnacle of achievement, and we make you the top CSEC candidate ever. Continue.
Yeah. As I said, Apex can take any student and make them into something in life, and it's ensured that they will pass all their CSEC subjects.
And before I ask you the final question, I must say that we have just, the results that we are about to share, it's unofficial. It's just results available online. It will not change very much. But because of the heavy traffic, according to Ms. Pratima Ali, on the information superhighway, the internet right now, cxc.org website, we simply can't access a few results, and some of the students are not in Guyana, and so we haven't really printed or have seen our broadsheet. There are so many students. The entire batch of 2017 did well.
Yes.
Right? And before we move on again, let me just ask you a last question now. All is well, and I know you're a good young man, disciplined, and you have good parents. And what's next for SAIF Ali in terms of pursuing studies? I know you have options locally and internationally. What next for SAIF? What can we see? And what would you be embarking on come this September? I know Sir Andrew Kush is watching. He's made an impact on your life as well.
Yes, Sir Kush as well.
Did you mention his name?
Yep.
He's a good guy. So tell us what's next for SAIF in terms of future endeavors.
Well, I'm really undecided at this moment, but I have 2 options. First, I'd like to go to the University of Guyana and pursue a degree in economics. And secondly, I'd like to pursue my accounting studies at the ACCA level.
I'm sure that this country lacks economists.
Of course.
And
yes.
because of our unstable economy and the heavy taxation And our high inflation rate, I think that's not a bad option if you choose to live in Guyana. And the professional ACC and economics at the Great University of Guyana. I know you were inspired by Sir Ram Nath and Sir Gopal. And ACC, again, Sir Gopal and Ms. Taramati Singh. But let's go through a few top achievers. This is unofficial. This I must apologize to all parents, guardians, sponsors. I know everybody did well, but we can't read out everybody's grades. We only use the examinations and the tests that we had in school. Students who did well, we just browse the grades. But I know there are some underdogs who surpassed our expectations.
Of course, yeah.
And so let me just continue again. The top CSEC candidate 2017, the valedictorian, 11 distinctions, grade 1s. The subjects are, and that's 11 grade 1s distinctions. Saif Ali, congratulations to you. See him in person. That's my son biologically. And the grades are, in terms of subjects, EDPM distinction, mathematics distinction, principles of accounts distinction, principles of business distinction, English language distinction, grade 1, information technology distinction, human and social biology distinction, English literature distinction, office administration distinction, social studies distinction, and economics distinction. And you will be the face of our billboard. Ogopal, continue with the, Saif, continue with the grades.
CSEC candidate Esther Mangra, 11 subjects, who has secured 8 1s, 2 2s, and a 3. EDPM distinction, English language distinction, information technology distinction, mathematics distinction, biology distinction, and human and social biology distinction. Principles of business grade 1, social studies grade 1, chemistry grade 2, English literature grade 2, and physics grade 3.
And we also have CSEC candidate Maria Sinarayan. Congratulations to you. 10 subjects. 8 1s, 2 2s. You have economics distinction, EDPM distinction, mathematics distinction, English language distinction, information technology distinction, office administration distinction, principle of business distinction, principle of accounts distinction, social study grade 2, and English literature grade 2. Congratulations to you.
CSEC candidate Rebecca Chappell, 8 subjects, 7 1s, and 1 2. Office administration distinction, EDPM distinction, economics distinction, information technology distinction, principles of accounts distinction, mathematics grade 1, principles of business grade 1, and social studies grade 2.
And Christopher James, 11 subjects, social study with 6 1s, 4 2s, and 1 3. Social studies distinction, information technology distinction, mathematics distinctions, human and social biology grade 1, principles of business grade 1, English language grade 1, biology grade 2, EDPM grade 2, chemistry grade 2, physics grade 2, and English literature grade 3.
CSEC candidate Amy Passard, 10 subjects with 6 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s. English literature distinction, information technology distinction, mathematics grade 1, EDPM grade 1, human and social biology grade 1, English language grade 1, biology grade 2, social studies grade 2, chemistry grade 3, and physics grade 3.
And we have Lake Raj Prasad, 9 subjects, yes, 5 1s, 4 2s. Office administration distinction, principle of business distinction, EDPM distinction, information technology grade 1, economics grade 1, English language grade 2, mathematics grade 2, social study grade 2, and principle of accounts grade 2.
There has been a big increase in terms of our performances
Of
the
course.
overall performance, especially economics. Continue.
And finally, Kishan Bola, 8 subjects with 5 1s, 2 2s, and 1 3. Principles of business distinction, EDPM grade 1, economics grade 1, office administration grade 1, principles of accounts grade 1, mathematics grade 2, social studies grade 2, and English language grade 3.
And Robina.
Oh yes, and we have Janki Balwant, 8 subjects, office administration distinctions, principle of business distinction, EDPM grade 2, POA, principle of accounts grade 2, social study grade 2, economics grade 2, English language grade 2, and mathematics grade 3. 2 distinction, 5 2s, and 1 3. Congratulations.
Must apologize to all the parents, guardians, sponsors, to all the students there. There's been a heavy traffic there on the cxe.org website, according to Ms. Pratima Ali, Administrative Director of Apex, and it's the information superhighway, and so we have not yet received our broadsheet, but I can tell you that the batch of 2017 is phenomenal. It's magical. And we will have the biggest ever CSEC graduation. And there is a change with the face of the billboard. Congratulations, CSEC valedictorian Saif Ali. And that's my son, of course, son of Shazad Ali and Miss Pratima Ali, brother of Asi and Asriya. And again, Saif Ali, 11 distinctions, grade 1. The grades are, and that would have included EDPM distinction, mathematics distinctions, principles of accounts distinction, principles of business distinction, English language distinction, grade 1, information technology distinction, human and social biology distinction, English literature distinction, office administration distinction, social studies distinction, grade 1, and economics distinction. This is where I have to say Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Greeting of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Again, what would you say to the little boys and girls watching you on the show right now, and they would like to be like you?
Again, I would like to say, please register at EPEX now. Registration is still open, and EPEX is the place to be. As I said, we take you into nothing, and we make you into something.
With little or no literacy or numeracy program, no knowledge, we make you from nothing to something. And what would you say to those boys and girls?
Well, certainly our grades are speaking power
Congratulations
here.
again, you did
And
well.
congratulations to the Master General.
For